let me tell you something. Y'all haven't had someone hold it down for you in a really, really long time. Like you haven't had someone able to pick up and dust you off and dust themselves off in the moment of like what you need, in the time that you need, in the timing that you need. So I feel like you've been doing a lot by yourself. The Three of Wands, it's like, so the options are there. You know, the options for me to find someone or to further relationships are there. Like it's all there. But like the Knight of Swords, I haven't met that person who's been able to allow me to put my walls down, to allow me to be myself, to feel clear. You know, I feel like clarity is big with this one, because I feel like clarity if you're clear about someone, if someone's going to be blunt with you and honest with you, then you don't have to do no guessing games. You don't have to sit there in your mind like you're not a therapist. You are not a shrink. You are not somebody who is willing to sit here and pick apart and play games with a situation just because you also have feelings for them. Because feelings are one thing. Like it's one thing to be aligned in your feelings, to mutually love somebody, to mutually care for somebody, right? But then there's a whole other ball game when y'all minds don't align, right? When your idea and your style of a relationship or communication or your style of success does not align. It's a real problem, right? And I feel like death in the upright, you don't have to limit yourself to only one person or one style of living. Gemini, what I will say is like, you're strong in your own right. You have many facets, you wear many hats, you are many things to many people. But one thing you're not is an idiot. One thing you are not is dumb. Okay. So when you're approached by all of these different scenarios, all these different people, all the immaturity, all this, all that, you already know what that type of relationship is going to be. And you also already know what type of person that is, to feed in and play games with you, to try to like, I feel like criticism is a really big thing. Like there's a such thing as constructive criticism, in which I feel like a lot of your partners actually just criticize you. It's not constructive. They just say you. Well, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, in the face of their own problems and their own issues. Instead of hearing you out and balancing the relationship, they rather blame you for the choices that they make. Okay, when in reality, it's not your responsibility to be a mother or a father to this individual. It is not your responsibility to wear all those hats for all these different people. It never has been your responsibility. And so, you know, you fight the good fight, which is like trying to prolong the relationship for as long as possible, trying to make sure that whatever you're investing in is worth your time. But like, it's definitely not worth your time if you have to do all of the groundwork and all the foundation building with no help, right? With no help. It doesn't feel like you're getting the help that you need. It doesn't feel like you're getting the help that you want. It doesn't feel like there's clarity here in a situation to where you have to basically you have to mind read other individuals in order to know what they're thinking, right? If nobody tells you how they feel or what situation they're going through in their mind, how the fuck are you supposed to know? And how do you know how to react, right? It's like, okay, so you are a reactionary person. I already picked that up, Gemini. You are already somebody where if you feel like you're being pussyfooted or bullshitted, you're gonna react. You're gonna say something. You just that's who you are. Okay, like in order to soothe yourself, you will ask questions. You will be, you know, at times very, very frank, and I feel like you're willing to peel back all those curtains and to get to the nitty gritty of what you're feeling, of what you're thinking. And now the people that are more quiet or the people that are more guarded, they take that as a challenge or as a challenge, a competition, right? It's a competition for them to sit there and to mock you or to call back. Like it feels like call you names. It might be something like name calling. If not name calling, then it's just abusive language. Okay. Controlling language. It's progressively gotten worse, I think, in majority of relationships because your directness and your bluntness is a direct challenge to their faults, to their issues, to the things that they don't do them just self-justice on, all of their insecurities. Your blunt language triggers all of that within them. right? You have to do like workarounds, and like you have to almost be a timid individual around this person, which is not you. Okay, you are not timid. You're not weak. You're not timid. You know, you might be emotional, but you're not timid. And so the fact that you have to walk on glass in order to build a connection, a relationship with anybody at all, that's an issue. That's a problem. That's not something that you want to be dealing with for the rest of your life. That's not something you're wanting to invest in. Like, there has to come a moment for y'all, for Gemini, where you start setting boundaries and settling all of these issues in your own head, in your own mind, where you think it's okay for somebody to play with you like this, to play with your emotions, to manipulate your feelings, to basically bully you out of your own feelings, right? To bully you out of your own zone, like who you are as a person. Like, that's not okay anymore. Like, this is not a reality TV show where somebody gets to do whatever they want to you for some money, and then at the end of the day, y'all good or whatever. No, this is not a reality TV show. This is not for everyone's eyes, for everyone to see. This is for you, okay? This is your life. This is your life. This is your finances. This is your love. This is yours, right? So, put equal claim to that. So when these people are sitting here and name calling, blaming, like picking you, peeling you up for no fucking reason, or almost feels like trying to do get back. It's very bittersweet communication here. That's what I feel. Very bittersweet. Like I say, you can't say any criticism. You can't say anything to them without them being reactionary. Tell them to grow the fuck up and get to stepping, Gemini. Tell them they need to grow up, There's no more babying and being able to sit there and, like, you have to hold a person accountable, an adult accountable or responsible for the things that they do and say. If you don't do that, you are going to be punished for their faults, right? For their issues, for their problems, for their insecurities. You're going to be the one that's punished at the end of the day, right? You're going to punish yourself over someone else's shit. And that feels horrible. That feels terrible, doesn't it? Because, you're a kind person. You can't help but to be kind, but to be helpful, but to be straightforward to the people that need it and the people that don't need it. Sometimes you say too much in situations where people don't need certain things to be said, right? And then there's also times where some people with you are not willing to compromise. When a relationship, especially a romantic one, is all about compromise. And riddle me this too, like, also a relationship between parent and child is also about compromise to some extent, right? You have to compromise your own past, right? You have to put aside your own past and not project that onto your kid, onto your child. You have to compromise. You have to be willing to see this person as an all new person and not just like a copy of yourself, or somebody who's going through a massive amount of trauma. You have to overlook that trauma and overlook all of those different things in order to find the actual and the actual reality of it all. And I don't feel like people give you that same shared energy of being able to peel back the covers and be real with you. I just don't see that happening right now. What else is coming for June? Yeah, judgment. Okay, so it's happened. So regardless of what you want to happen, something is about to happen. That's what I feel. Yeah, regardless, you're going to have to pick up and leave, or you're going to have to pick up and ghost. I feel like there's a lot of ghosting situations or scenarios that you've been facing recently where you've had to limit your communication, because if you don't, you already know that you are going to be the one responsible for pulling this relationship back together, because this person doesn't want you. They don't want you. They truly do not want you. They even though I feel like there is care there in this person's body for you, I don't feel like there's care there for this person's mind. I just don't think they care about you enough. I genuinely don't believe that. The Hierophant and the Upright. Otherwise, they would have already learned from their mistakes and done the right thing. If they truly care about you, they would have done the right thing already. But they haven't. They've sat on it for this long because they know that they can pull other things out of you, or pull things. They can basically pull out a mirror and be like, well, you did this. You know what I mean? Like, well, you did this to me, so this is why I don't open up. Well, you said this about this, so this is why I don't do this. well, you said this, you said that. It's like unlimited excuses, right? Unlimited excuses on why they cannot change, on why they can't move forward, on why the past still haunts them, on why they value the past much more than they value y'all's present together, and where y'all are at. So I just want to make that clear. You know, there's no more sitting here and guessing, Gemini. You already know the answer to this issue or this problem. You already know the fucking answer. Okay, you already know the answer. So follow through with it. Follow through with your gut instinct, with your gut feelings of like, this situation, there's nothing I can do to change it. It's never going to change. So I have to move on. I have to find myself elsewhere. I have to be the one who will advocate and fight for themselves, versus advocating and fighting for a toxic scenario or situation where I have to hold people on my back like children, like babies, right? Like literal children, because, you know, they don't want to admit to their own faults. They don't want to clear up any of their mistakes. They would rather stay the same toxic bastard, same abusive bitch, same neglectful incel. I felt like incel was a good word. They would rather be all that than be with you and be on your time and heal with you and love you. That's what's up.